Hey guys, back another YouTube video. Today it's gonna be another pawn shop video along with some other stuff I've gotten. And my brother sold me some stuff, and I got a project I want to show that I finally was able to work on. So first thing I'll show off the stuff I got from my brother. He sold me some beautiful mess tin knives. He knows I collect military stuff, and these weren't in that good a shape, but I was able to restore them, bring them back to the original condition. Got a World War II one and a Vietnam one. Beautiful knives. Glad to put them in my collection. And my brother also gave me a little old detective cap gun. I do collect these every now and then if they look realistic. Beautiful. And then next is this little project I finally was able to work on. Those who may know, who've been on my channel long, I picked this old bayonet at a flea market many years ago on layaway. And I never restored it because I wanted to know all my information first before I did anything to it. And I finally got all the information I needed. So I didn't restore it, so to speak. I brought it back to a collectible condition. Those who may remember, this thing was completely covered in rust, and it was in horrible condition. And after watching countless videos of people restore their bayonets in a lot of different ways, this one I decided to go all by hand and somewhat machining. Machining was the polishing disc. And this one is a German. From what I was able to find out, this is a German type bayonet. And what I first did, I took apart the mechanism right here and completely cleaned it. Now it's smooth as butter. I cleaned the rifle notch, and I cleaned the guard and bayonet ring. And I also hand sanded the scales and filled in the gaps that were in the wood with some nice wood putty. And clear coated the handle, just the wood, not the guard or the pommel. And then went to town on the blade. I didn't do much to it. I mainly just gently hand sanded it and got all the rust off of it and just polished it up. I left a lot of the original finish because this bayonet originally was blued. Still, glad to finally work on this. Now it's a beautiful piece of my military collection. And last but not least is my favorite find so far at the pawn shops. Those who may know, my 20th birthday was not too long ago. And I thought what better way to celebrate than to buy a couple of nice firearms for my collection. So I saved up some money and went and bought some. So, let's show you all what I got. First things first, I picked up a Stevens Savage Arms Corporation 12 gauge single shot. Not in a bad condition. I've seen them in a lot worse condition. And this one has the top lever design, which is one of my favorites. Sadly, the grip is a little loose, and I found out upon cleaning it, someone had replaced the screws in this foregrip, which I will fix that. And when I went to those who know me, when I buy firearms, I'm very particular about it. I like old firearms. I don't like modern ones. I like old firearms, whether they're worthless or not worth that much money. And this particular one isn't really worth that much, but I love it because it's old and it's in really good shape. Sorry about the wind in the background. That's because you got some wind coming. Anyway, so as I was saying, and it's in really good shape. Most of the bluing is, I would say, about 80% intact. There's a few rust spots, which I do plan on cleaning. And it's still got the original bead sight on the end. And from what my friend at the pawn shop told me, this thing has a problem with the mechanism, which I do plan on fixing. So, and remember right, I only paid, I think this one was like $100, which I think was pretty fair considering it's still in beautiful shape despite having its issues. So I do plan on fixing this. But overall, nice, good way to celebrate my 20th birthday. And then another gun I bought at the same place was this beauty. A Trapper model H&R ink, model 158, with the case hardening on it. Just check out that beauty. And it's a 12 gauge as well. And this one has a problem with the firing pin, which my father and I are going to work on. And it's in beautiful condition for the age. There's no cracks in the stock or foregrip, which to be expected. And there's no really major pitting damage. There's a slight rust on this, which is typical for guns like this, but there's no major damage on it. And this one, you're going to laugh when I tell you this. This one was $80. $80. Well, plus tax, of course. But that was a heck of a good deal, and I was happy to buy this. And even my father said that was a very good deal because these H&Rs are very well made. And I look forward to fixing this up and actually shooting it. Hopefully someday I can do a video of shooting some of my firearms, but ammo is getting kind of scarce, so it's best to keep what I have and only use it if I want to. And it's got the original butt pad still on it. But before I do anything to these, of course I'm going to do my homework, I'm going to do my research before I do anything to these. But these may not be the most high-end firearms, but they're beautiful for their age. They're made here in the U.S. I mean, you can't beat that. Because especially, I would take this over any cheap Ithaca or modern single shot you can give me. Unless it's made by a very good U.S. brand. I'll take any USA-made guns over any other type. Beautiful firearm. It's a pleasure to have it in my collection. Can't wait to see what I get for my 21st birthday. One last show of that one. And then one last show of the other one. Beautiful condition. Alrighty, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully someday I can do a shooting video, but I'll never know because not many places to go shooting around here. But I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, stay sharp, my friends.